Rachel Keller, an investigative journalist with a reputation for being relentless, was reluctant to believe urban legends. But her niece's inexplicable death made her reconsider. She began to hear whispers about a cursed videotape that killed anyone who watched it within 7 days. Her skepticism waned when she found the said videotape among her niece's possessions. Within minutes of watching it, Rachel's phone rang. The voice on the other end chilled her to the bone. 7 days. What was a mere story turned into a countdown to her doom. Desperate and terrified, Rachel's investigative instincts kicked in. She sought answers in the video's disturbing and cryptic imagery: faces of despair, a ladder leading nowhere, a marked tree, and a well. Each clue seemed to have a tale of its own. With the clock ticking, Rachel's search led her to the Morgans, a family with a tragic history. Anna Morgan had committed suicide after her adopted daughter, Samara, was involved in unexplained incidents. Rachel discovered that Samara possessed a dark gift, the ability to burn macabre images into people's minds, driving them mad. Rachel learned that Samara was killed and thrown into a well by her own father in a desperate attempt to stop her visions. But Samara's rage and pain transcended death, seeping into the videotape, and now, into Rachel's life. Every second brought her closer to an inevitable end. But she wasn't alone in this. Her son, Aidan, had watched the tape too. The stakes were now doubled. Their lives were intertwined with Samara's cursed destiny. The solution, Rachel believed, was to understand and resolve Samara's pain. She returned to the well, the epicenter of Samara's torment. As she descended, she pieced together the tragic sequence of events: Samara's isolation, her tormented mind, and her desperate cries for help that went unanswered. At the bottom of the well, Rachel found Samara's remains. Despite the horrific visions, she embraced the girl in a symbolic gesture of solace. She promised Samara that she would tell her story, ensuring her suffering wasn't forgotten. As Rachel climbed out, she felt a cathartic release, but the threat wasn't entirely gone. Back home, Rachel and Aidan realized that copying and showing the tape to others was the only way to escape the curse without dying. They made a duplicate, passing the curse forward. The cycle of fear continued, but they hoped the world might one day find a way to break it permanently. Rachel's ordeal ended her skepticism. She understood that some stories hide truths far darker than anyone can fathom. Sometimes, survival means sharing the horror, even as it haunts your soul. The camera slowly fades out, leaving the lingering mystery of The Ring set to claim more lives in its relentless curse.